Welcome to the KDF Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Patience Asambu. The Bulletin is a show to keep you updated on events undertaken by the Ministry of Defense over the week. And in our highlights tonight, Cabinet Secretary for Defense hosts Japanese ambassador to Kenya. PS Defense appears before Parliament. Strengthening leadership capacity in peace support operations. One Kenya Rifles serving and retired general and senior officers pay a courtesy call to retired General Muhammad Haji Mohammed. To start us off, Honorable Adan Duale, the Cabinet Secretary for Defense, hosted His Excellency Okaniwa Ken, the Japanese ambassador to Kenya, who paid him a courtesy call at the defense headquarters here in Nairobi. CS Duale highlighted the long-standing cordial relations between Kenya and Japan, emphasizing the shared commitment to promoting global peace, stability, and fostering trade and investment partnerships. Take a look.
Honorable Duale mentioned the ongoing efforts between the two countries to establish a draft defense cooperation agreement aimed at bolstering collaboration in defense and security. This includes plans for joint military training, disaster response, peacekeeping missions, and maritime security initiatives. CS Duale also briefed Ambassador Okaniwa on Kenya's endeavor to improve its capability to adapt and respond to evolving security challenges. Additionally, the leaders explored potential areas for future cooperation that will mutually benefit the citizens of both countries.
Moving on, General Francis Ogola, Chief of Defense Forces, hosted a delegation of military officers from the Arab Republic of Egypt at the defense headquarters here in Nairobi. The delegates, led by Staff Major General Ramadan Ali, were taken through a presentation on Kenya's perspective of national security and its response towards threats. Further, they were sensitized on the critical importance of a comprehensive national security strategy that addresses both traditional and emerging security threats.
In his presentation at the defense headquarters, Colonel Collins Mitoko underscored Kenya's investment in border security measures, intelligence gathering, and counter-terrorism operations to disrupt extremist networks and prevent attacks on its soil. He noted that the country has strengthened its relationships with international partners such as Egypt to enhance information sharing, capacity building, and joint training exercise to address common security challenges.
There have been shifts in thinking in recent past, where now the concept includes issues of human security. When security is considered at national level, it encompasses the measures taken by government to ensure survival of a nation state, and safety of its citizen. Global security, on the other side, encompasses measures that are taken by states and international organizations.
The delegates also had the opportunity to visit International Peace Support Training Center and the National Defense College, Kenya, where they were received by Brigadier Joyce Sitenei, Director, International Peace Support Training Center, and Major General Rashid Elmi, National Defense College Commandant, respectively. The visit provided the Egyptian delegation with an invaluable overview and insight into the important work and functions of these institutions in promoting peace, security, and defense.
Mr. Patrick Mariro, Principal Secretary for Defense, accompanied by Vice Chief of Defense Forces, Lieutenant General Jonah Mwangi, appeared before the National Assembly Committee on Defense, Intelligence, and Foreign Relations to discuss the Ministry of Defense policies, programs, and expenditure ceilings outlined in the 2024 Budget Policy Statement. PS Mariro addressed key issues crucial for enabling the Kenya Defense Forces to effectively fulfill its mandate. The PS expressed gratitude for the support extended to the ministry by the National Assembly and National Treasury, which has facilitated the effective implementation of mandated policies and programs. The committee chairperson, Honorable Nelson Koech, Member of Parliament for Belgut, commended the ministry for its efforts in ensuring a secure and peaceful country. Lieutenant General Jonah Mwangi, Vice Chief of Defense Forces, officiated the commencement of the 28th Regional Senior Missions Leaders Course at the International Peace Support Training Center in Karen, here in Nairobi. The distinguished program, sponsored by the Government of the United Kingdom through the British Peace Support Team, is aimed at strengthening the participants' leadership capacity in the conduct of peace operations. Lieutenant General Mwangi noted that the contemporary issues such as insurgency, terrorism, and civil unrest necessitates the adaptation of peace support operations approaches, which play a central role in mitigating conflicts and promoting stability. Take a look.
In his remarks, the Vice Chief of Defense Forces acknowledged the essential need for partnerships in fostering conditions for peace in a world plagued by fragility and conflicts. He emphasized that peace support operations stand out as the most viable instrument of choice for the United Nations in a quest for global peace and security, resulting in a positive impact of multidimensional peacekeeping efforts. The Vice Chief of Defense Forces underscored the need for the course participants and mentors to explore diverse strategies to bolster effectiveness in addressing the root cause of instability, emphasizing inclusivities and synergies from mandate inception to peace consolidation.
As we gather here, we are delighted to welcome course mentors and participants from diverse professional backgrounds and nations, ostensibly to expand the capacity to promote peace and security. This being the case, we are reminded of the power of partnerships in fostering conditions for peaceful conflict resolution. In a world plagued by fragility and conflicts, it is crucial that we join hands in addressing the challenges that threaten stability and human security in various regions.
Director IPSTC, Brigadier Joyce Tenei, noted that the flagship course will strengthen the high-level participants' capacity in carrying out critical leadership roles and responsibilities in the United Nations. The capacity-building initiative saw 30 course mentors and participants drawn from 19 countries attend.
Major General Jimson Mutai, Commander Kenya Navy, hosted the National Defense College staff and course 26 students in his office at the Kenya Navy headquarters in Mombasa County. The National Defense College staff and course students, led by Major General Rashid Elmi, Commandant National Defense College, were on a study visit to learn the role of the Kenya Navy in the development of blue economy as a driver to sustainable economic growth.
The course students were briefed on the role played by the Kenya Navy, both regional and internationally, in supporting maritime security efforts as well as fight against piracy. At the Kenya Navy Training College, the students were taken on a tour on the full mission bridge simulator, where they were acquainted with operations of the facility in promoting maritime domain awareness towards better interoperability. They also visited the Kenya Shipyards Limited Mombasa Yard, where they were appraised on the roles and the organization of the shipyard while acknowledging the importance of the blue economy. The culmination of the visit was at the Kenya Navy Fleet, where the National Defense College staff and course participants were given a familiarization tour on board Kenya Navy ship Jasiri and later experienced a sea ride.
On matters security, Kenya Defense Forces, in conjunction with the National Counter-Terrorism Center, undertook a security sector counter-violent extremism program targeting residents of Mapenya and Mkunumbi in Lamu County. Led by Colonel Yahya Mohammed, the team engaged both the local elders and religious leaders drawn from the locality. The parties noted that the lack of opportunities, generational marginalization by successive regimes, and unheard grievances provide a fertile ground for indoctrination and subsequent recruitments into terrorism outfits. The team further discussed with the locals and agreed on a collective need to combat the Al-Shabaab threat. The initiative is part of a broader multi-agency operation Amani Boni aimed at demystifying and countering violent extremism and is designed to build resilience and immunize the Lamu communities against the radical agenda of terrorists, marking a significant step forward in countering terrorism within the region. Colonel Chalo Munyao, the Chief of Operations, Kenya Air Force, officially opened the Human Rights and International Humanitarian Law Training Seminar facilitated by the United States Defense Institute of International Legal Studies at the Talanta Auditorium, Moi Air Base in Nairobi. The goal of the seminar was to explore effective means of combating terrorism within the rule of law, with an emphasis on the importance of interagency cooperation. The seminar was designed for military officers who are involved with combating terrorism through law enforcement or military means.
Speaking during the event, Colonel Munyao underscored the importance of observing international humanitarian law and law of armed conflict during operations, as well as avoiding collateral damage. He laid emphasis on the need for military officers to deepen their understanding on the relevant laws and explore effective methods of combating terrorism, resulting in highly effective advisors and policymakers. Senior Special Operations Kenya United States Liaison Officer Colonel John Cowan, who led the U.S. delegation, noted the mutually beneficial bilateral relationship that exists between Kenya and the U.S. He echoed the importance of the seminar, stating that it offers an opportunity to share and exchange best practices on operations while observing human rights and international law.
A section of 1 Kenya Rifles serving retired general and senior officers visited retired General Muhammad Haji Mohammed at his Nairobi office, the first of its kind since his retirement in 1996. Led by the former Commander Kenya Army, retired Lieutenant General Stephen Njoroge, the officers conveyed a message of appreciation to the 5th Commanding Officer who took over the unit leadership in 1969. The visit was in furtherance of the unit's teamwork tradition, as well as an expression of their esprit de corps stemming from their motto, Green Fire.
The courtesy call gave an opportunity to recognize the veterans' general service, which was characterized by courage, loyalty, and exemplary leadership. Retired General Mohammed, who began his military career in 1953 as a private soldier, the Army's lowest rank, rose through the ranks to head the military as the Chief of General Staff in 1986, an achievement of its kind that no other officer has attained in the history of Kenya's military. Retired Lieutenant General Njoroge thanked the retired general for his unwavering dedication during his tenure as 1 Kenya Rifles commanding officer, as well as in his strategic leadership as the Chief of the General Staff. Retired General Mohammed appreciated the transformation that his former unit has undergone and urged the serving officers to perform their duties with utmost commitment and dedication.
And in sports, Brigadier Elijah Gatere, Chief of Personnel at the Defense Headquarters, and Colonel Sports and Physical Recreation, Colonel Benjamin Kiprop, are part of the larger team participating in this year's International Military Sports Council Board of Directors meeting that is underway in Brussels, Belgium. The ongoing 3-day top organ meeting in Brussels is aimed at reviewing last year's sporting activities as well as planning for the upcoming General Assembly to be held in Dar es Salaam in May this year, and a golf competition to be held in Zimbabwe in June this year, in which Kenya will be represented by 11 golfers. Brigadier Gatere, who is a member of the board representing Africa, underscored the primacy of the ongoing meeting in shaping the future of military sporting activities, urging the African continent to remain active. The International Military Sports Council is a multidisciplinary global organization that plans for various sporting events for the armed forces, with its main mission being endorsement of friendship among soldiers through sports by enhancing mutual respect as well as promoting peace. Thank you for watching. We look forward to your feedback via our official social media handles and your viewership next Friday for the KDF Friday Bulletin. I am Sergeant Patience Asambu. Goodbye.